Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and gals, welcome back once again to another week of Outfit Wars casting here today. I'm your host, Kamikaze78, and with me, I have a good friend and just, you know, all-around stand-up citizen, Mr. Meaning of Bread. Bread, say hello, my friend.
Say hello, Brad.
Ah, you motherfucker, every time.
Is that the only thing? Am I muted? Am I muted because Verinda had me muted last week, and I'm like 4 mutes for 3 casters now, and I'm getting kind of paranoid.
We're gonna catch you all in that sense, my dude. No, I think you're coming through just fine. I think you are coming through just fine here today. So I've learnt my lesson. I have learnt my lesson, which, you know, is more than I can say that. But anyway, guys, welcome to another week of Outfit Wars casting. We are here casting Emerald Qualifiers week 3, and ladies and gentlemen, it goes without saying, I think we have an amazing match here for you today. The match that I think all of us have been waiting for, in all honesty. Today, it is Recursion versus Gobs. I think we're looking forward to this a bit, aren't we, Red?
Oh, absolutely. These two teams are the best 2 outfits on North America right now, I would say. There is no doubt about that. You could throw a few names around that might be able to compete, but Recursion and Gobs are the ones that essentially make people quake in fear when they arrive at the bases. And we've been waiting several weeks for this matchup now, and I am very excited to see how it goes.
Yeah, like, we've been talking about match seeding over the course of this season and how, you know, the qualifiers are slowly working their way through skilled and relatively skilled and relatively unskilled teams within the pool of matchmaking, and we finally have probably gotten to what is the peak of lineups now, and this is probably going to be the most high skilled as well as the most even match that we've faced here today. On top of that, we are casting RCN6, that is Recon Team 6 versus BWAE today, so we're going to do that match second up after the Recursion and Gobs match, but I'm going to be honest, I don't know if we're even going to get to that the second one here based on this lineup. Let's go over the match rules real quickly here, Brad, and let's get into just what we have to deal with for those who are new to this Outfit Wars season. So, match layout. It's going to be taking place on the Nexus map, which we'll go over in more detail in a second here. It is a 1 vs 1 format. 1 outfit versus 1 outfit. 48 versus 48 players. This could be an NC outfit on an NC outfit. It could be TR versus TR, or it could be NC. It could be any combination of players here, guys. It might get confusing to watch, but, you know, that is the joy of PlanetSide. It's a 45-minute match time limit. So, the end game here, or the end goal, is whoever holds the most amount of territory controlled on the map at the end of that 45-minute time limit, or whoever catches the enemy's home base first will win the match. Brad, what are some of the other rules that take place within this format?
Well, there's a distinct lack of rules compared to many competitive events, but what is important to note is that there is no construction and no bastions and no chimera tanks coming through.
No chimeras?
You know, chimera, I haven't seen a single one. Nope, sorry, not no chimeras. What are they called?
Oh, the Colossus tanks. Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, no Colossus tanks.
Yeah,
My apologies.
So yeah, there's a couple of war assets that have been disabled, but other than that, guys, all other war assets, are fair game here today. That includes Citadel shields, pocket orbital strikes, as well as anvils and steel rains, which I'll be real, we've seen some pretty creative use of steel rains. Particularly last week, we saw a certain outfit basically open with a steel rain max suit drop onto one of the bases, which was very impressive to watch. But that there is the layout of the match and the rules associated with it. As Brad said, very close to the live experience here. Let's take a quick look at the map, ladies and gentlemen, and see what we're dealing with here today. So, my scene's up and running, here we go. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nexus 2022 here. So, these are your start points, your warp gates, if you will, as per highlighted in the map in the top left of the screen. Use that to guide your way through the map as we cover it in more detail here. First things off, the neutral bases. There are 3 of them in the center of the map, each of which are 3-point bases of 2-minute 20 fast capture timers. So, aggressive bases to get an early hold on. Bitter Gorge Garrison here, taking up the top left flank of the map. Granite Head Reactor, the center map, very infantry focused with overhead glaciers covering from the air, but very difficult to get a hold on as well. Arazak Sacom Hub, the lobotomized tech plant that it has so lovingly become over the course of the season here, proving to be a very interesting base to fight over, and knowing these two teams, I think that is going to be a base of hot contention. Home bases, Hydroponics Compound and Nexus Secure Substation mirroring each other on the right flank of the map here. These are 1-point capture bases with 4-minute capture timers here. Very aggressive holds needed to get this one through. Nexus Alpha and Nexus Omega are your home bases respectively. These are 7-minute capture timers, but if you get here, it is well and truly the end game stage. And yeah, makes for interesting gameplay. Argent Pass and Slate Canyon Hold making up for the final bases of the map, covering the top left and the bottom left flanks of the map. That there is Nexus 2022, ladies and gentlemen, and yeah, I gotta say, it's a hell of a map. Brad, your thoughts?
This is an interesting map. A lot of the combat happens on the bottom side or the right side. I think I've seen maybe 1 or 2 Slate Canyon fights through all of the matches that I've cast. Lots of fights at Granite Head, lots of fights at Arizek, Hydro, and Nexus Secure, because that is just such an open lane. If you see the 1-2 lines out of Granite Head, it opens up for so many opportunities. So we're probably not going to see initial fights at Bitter Gorge or Slate Canyon, because that is a sort of a lower priority target compared to Granite Head, but it'll eventually get there. I think actually something interesting to note about these two teams here that's just struck me is that they're both Connery native outfits.
This is true. This is very true. And I don't think Gobs are fielding a team on Connery in the first place, right?
They are not. No, they've just decided to go full into Emerald, while Recursion has thrown a team into Connery as well.
Quite an interesting play from them. I don't know what the reasoning is. I don't know what the play there is, but you know,
I think it's just style points. They want to say they won Outfit Wars on 2 servers, and they certainly have the manpower and the skill to do so, but it remains to be seen how everyone feels about that.
It's a very fair point. I'm very much looking forward to seeing how, like, okay, we've seen these teams on multiple occasions go forth throughout the remainder of the Outfit Wars season here, and on both occasions, look, it's fair to say these two teams have kind of destroyed their competition.
These two teams have not had challengers. They have had not a single person that can stand up to them for the past 2 weeks. And now they are finally fighting the only other team on this list that can give them a decent fight. Now, if you mind if I just go in a little deep here, because there is
please do, Brad. Please do.
I hate to flex my status here, but I played on Rally last season on Connery, and that was against both Gobs and Recursion. And the general thought was that Recursion has the better shots. They have longer term players, they have longer term, these sorts of people who've been doing this for a very, very long time, almost like insane vets. But Gobs knows how to play the map better. Now, this, of course, was a year and a half ago, but honestly, these days, I think they're evenly matched. Things have changed since a year and a half, and we can't just throw the wind either way, because like they're both incredible outfits.
Exactly.
I am gonna put my money on Gobs, but it's a tight
it's so
pick.
tight. It's so tight. So yeah, the issue we have here is that we've got 2 of the highest caliber outfits in the game here, like bar none. And it's worth pointing out as well that Recursion here, they have competed on a very tight knit level in the past in things like Farmers League and stuff like that. And they you know, they brought their best egg in there as well. So
Recursion is a lot more on live. Gobs spends a lot more time. They are on Jaeger. They are on in the 6v6 scene. They are on in like the PSB kind of area. But once again, Recursion has had just longer experience overall doing this. Gobs was founded in like 2018, 2019, while Recursion is practically a launch outfit. Yeah. And that's the sort of difference here. It's like the Zoomer versus Boomer fight here, right? So what are we going to see out of these two teams? Honestly, probably my biggest worry out of this is that both teams play so well that their like insaneness just kind of cancel each other out, and we end up with like an okay match because both sides are just like have to outdo each other over and over again. I highly doubt we're going to see that, but that is my worst fear, that we hit the double negative of match quality.
Brett, I'm just sending you what I think is the correct zone ID for this game here. Look, we're gonna have to do a little bit of fucky stuff again. But as you can see, ladies and gentlemen, we have had an update to the overlay here today. Since the last time that we were casting this, we now have a real-time map in the corner, courtesy of Varunda and his hard work there in getting that map up and running. It is a little bit big, so I am taking notes. This is the first time we've used the overlay since we've made this update here, but it's going to be a bit of a bastard for me to actually, you know what, I might be able to do some quick live stream shenanigans here to get this sorted out, guys. If you please bear with me, I'll see if I can get this real-time map a bit smaller for you guys. But yeah, guys, huge updates. Big props to Varunda for doing, you know, just great work in giving us the best casting tools we can possibly have for this season, without a doubt.
Massive bless up. Remember to go to Hanu for all your wt.hanu.pw for all of your server and stat needs. Very, very good website.
Excuse the scuffedness here, ladies and gentlemen, while I quickly get this sorted out here. Brett, this is the epitome of we're doing it live right now, and
we're doing it live.
We're doing it live, brother.
I'm just very excited to see this match. Like,
yeah,
we are probably going to see something standard because these guys, neither side can really afford a slip up here. Both of them know what's at stake, and it's a reputation, because I think we are going to see these two teams on the finals. They are going to have enough wins. They're going to have enough tiebreaker points stacked up that they will reach the final stage, and we're just going to see this match again. So this one isn't for all, you know, I would say like all the what? I don't even know what my analogy is here.
What are you
all the... This one's for all the whatevers, but... Oh, it's very exciting. Some movement. Yeah, whoever wins this one is going to walk away, because last season the 1v1v1 was won by the dark horse candidate. Neither Gobs versus Recursion won that match, but here we have that 1v1 scenario. Now both sides can, you know, throw themselves in, finally test themselves in that straight scenario without having a third faction rolling in. And I'm already seeing a lot of activity for both sides. I'm ready to roll. I'm so excited.
This is going to be good. So, to give you a quick update here, Brad, on the predictions from the chat here today, we are looking at 48% Recursion and 52% Gobs. This is going to be close. Everyone here is expecting a tight-knit match. No idea what we're getting ready for here.
Yeah, wait, 24-48 and 48-96 in the other warp gate? Oh man, are we having problems here? Uh-oh.
Oh dear. This actually, it seems to have leveled out just now.
Okay. Maybe someone was just maybe someone was just
might be an OBS cam issue or something like that.
Might be an OBS cam. Yeah.
Alright then, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Match is about to get kicked off here. Now we have seen some anvils come in. I'm also hearing steel rains above as well. This is from Recursion.
Yeah, a full Gobs Reaver push, but Recursion's just like, okay, you're gonna do that. We'll bring in our 3 or 4 mosquitoes and just not fight your air. What does Recursion have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mosquitoes, 2 dervishes. Gobs responds with about 30 some odd Reavers.
Oh my god! That is an absurd amount of Reavers, and we've got the correct overlay up, so we are rolling and ready to go.
Not only is it an absurd amount of Reavers, this is an absurd amount of anvils. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Whoa.
TR has locked down Osher. That could be something for them. Have they fixed that where you could
Yes, no, you do not get any sort of benefits from the capturing of contents. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so for some reason the map appears to be scuffed right now. I'm just gonna hide it and show it back again here for us. Nope, it's still not working. Oh dear. Love to see it. We love to see it. That's all right, we'll see if the map updates itself.
All right, let's see what we got here. Caps in order towards Recursion on the red team playing Terran Republic. Gobs on the blue team playing New Conglomerate. We have Caps going in favor of Recursion at Granite Head and Arizek. Full takes Arizek for Recursion. A good fight happening at Granite Head and no contestation happening at Bitter Gorge.
So we've got a bit of a mirror situation here. Recursion taking Arizek uncontested, sort of Gobs taking Bitter Gorge uncontested, and Granite Head being the main point of contention. So we'll head over to Granite Head to see exactly what's going on right now. Whoa, big hitching there, unfortunately. So we're seeing a bit of
Okay,
wackiness
not
in the
just
server here. Yeah, no, not just you. So let's have a look at the quick kill counts at the gate here. So we've got 23 kills in favor of Gobs and 16 in favor of Recursion. It's a pretty tight race. I think the kill disparity right now is mainly coming from Gobs' pull of a lot of air in the early game here. A point being contested by Gobs here to slow down that granite head cap. That's going to be pretty critical in buying them some really necessary time here.
Yeah, with a minute and a half left to go, Gobs secures the underside point at A, and they've sort of pulled out a Bitter Gorge garrison and have moved into Granite Head just to let that one go. Now, will Gobs let Arizek happen? Maybe. There doesn't seem to be anything happening there, but there is still that full Gobs air team up. Not a single Recursion contesting right now, and while that is useful, it isn't as important during the initial phase where at Granite Head where people are underground. But it's good to keep that air dominance up, just to prevent anyone from escaping with the warp gate for beacons.
Exactly. So looking ahead here, we've got Recursion with a pretty strong point hold here right now at the C point. It's going to take a little bit to get them displaced here, but that slower time means that, okay, so Arazak's going to go through before Bitter Gorge is here. If Recursion are quick, they can quickly get a redeploy off Arazak straight onto Granite Head Reactor and get themselves underway here. So the map is working. It just updated. Perfect.
And I believe someone is at hydroponics compound going for the flip now. I'm just going to go check because I am seeing a red pop here, but they might have gotten blasted.
Yep, no, the cap is already through.
That is the flip. That is exactly how you need to play Nexus. You need to have someone on that next base. You need to have someone going, flipping it, and moving here. Because Gobs and Recursion have done the same thing. They've gone for the throat right away, and now they're tussling on the ground with a great big punch-out happening at Granite Head Reactor.
And like clockwork, Bread, Recursion have just taken A point here, but in saying that, they're now losing B and C respectively. Gobs have done a full rotation here, and wow, it is a massive rotation. C point, at least a full squad worth of Gob on board. I'm just checking B point right here as well, about half a squad there as well. So yeah, wow, Recursion kind of rotating a bit overconfidently here. And losing out on a majority hold here. We do have a max suit coming up here. 2 max suits, that being from Recursion here. Some Bushido-esque play in here. 1 max suit going down, 2 max suits going down here. And, wow, Gobs getting a really nice point holder. This could be a cheeky little steal here, if you will, from Gobs on Granite Head.
Gobs full send to Granite Head. They can let the other 2 bases flip, and now they just have to hang out here, let their air superiority do the work, and understand that all they have to do is hang out for 40 or so minutes. Don't overextend, maybe poke out a little bit, see if you can take C point. But remember, Recursion has no spawns here while Gobs is air dominant. So this looks to be a pretty easy Gobs take, as I'm seeing TJ and Gan down at A point flipping it, but Gobs losing B. Recursion on B point with the good hold on Powerhouse. Gobs is lost outside while Recursion looks to push out door 2, but they are being blasted by air hammers. Where are they going next? They can't go out too far, otherwise these bountied Reavers are going to get them. More Recursion drop pods hit the floor, but I don't think Recursion's going to take this one. This is a Gobs capture.
And wow, Gobs with the early capture there, and the kills do show a very, very strong story already of Gobs kind of dominating in the kill game at the moment and making more use out of their troops. That said though, ladies and gentlemen, I've just got to take a quick moment to highlight the level of talent that is in play here today. For Recursion, I've seen Clubbins, I've seen Baddie, I've seen, you know, Conflictier, I've seen a whole lot of players there, and on the Gobs side, we're seeing Cora, we're seeing, you know, we're seeing Gretchen, a whole lot of
These are the types of players, if you open up the kill boards for your outfit members, you will see them at the top of killed by. These are the types of players who are on Jaeger, who dominate the daily leaderboards, and are essentially very obnoxious to fight against because they're good. And now Recursion's thrown themselves into Bitter Gorge, but there's a minute of nothing happening. Argent Pass is still going through. What do you do? Well, the big fight at Hydroponics compound is what you do. Both outfits realize the need to secure and resecure here, and here we are, Gobs with the resecure, bringing in their air. Good cleanup, Recursion's off the point.
Brett,
so now Gobs with the upper hand.
I was just going to comment on your take earlier on, you know, good map awareness and good map play from Gobs, because that was a pristine rotation here onto Hydroponics. So putting out that fire there, it's well done. Recursion have also put out the fire at Argent Pass as well. So good steps being made here from both outfits. Recursion relying very heavily on ground-based logistics here. I'm seeing beacons more often. I'm seeing Sunderers even from Recursion, but Gobs just with a more mobile approach right now with their air game here.
Well, is that a hitch on me or?
Yeah, no, their hitching's pretty bad today.
Ooh, that's unfortunate.
Which
that being said,
yeah.
There was that group at Bitter Gorge. They're probably going to start the capping, but like you've let a minute go through it next to Secure, and while Recursion has held it, they're outnumbering them fairly well. How much time can they put down? Recursion with the close Sunder, it looks like they're going to take this unless the air can do some insane work. Gobs on the roof looking to reinforce this fight, but Recursion is inside starting to flip, but Gobs still control of roof and doubles. Recursion with the slow moves and the Skyguard.
I am 4-piece and a Mosquito pilot that I cannot get the name for here, battling in air. It looks like Recursion are making a play to try and get some air dominance back here, and it's, you know, none too late. They do need to get some air mobility back in their side here. Meanwhile, Gobs with a full redeploy on the next Secure. This is definitely going to be the next big fight here, excuse me. And we're going to see how this goes here. Let's have a look at the kills here. Oh, these are the revives. Sorry, these are revives.
Oh yeah, sorry, I popped the revives.
No, I saw that incorrectly. So revives wise, Recursion leading with 72 reses to 55 on the Gobs side, but Recursion also trailing a little bit behind on the kill side. But as Recursion try to get some of that air dominance back, it's starting to level out again a bit.
Yeah. And here we see two outfits who can move their pop extremely fast. Now, OO is just staying here a little bit, making sure that Gobs isn't trying to think funny, because Gobs has literally just tried something funny. Well, oh no! Do not tell me. Do not tell. No, okay, no, it's good. It's good. It's good. I thought the Recursion guys have redeployed out. So Recursion stood by here on the point, knowing that Gobs was going to try the rejob. Like, that is just something you do. You roll back and you try to take it against Recursion. Didn't leave. And while it looked like a misplay, they're just waiting. Clean them all up. Gobs is done here. Recursion might be the ones dropping those anvils over Granite Head Reactor and starting the cap. In the meantime, slowly flicking over Bitter Gorge Garrison, while Gobs does have the pop, and they probably are going to leave next to Secure to make sure that's safe. I think the next fight's going to happen at Granite Head, as both sides just maneuver their pop excellently.
It needs, so the Granite Head fight needs to happen in favor of Recursion here, because, well, if Recursion don't get Granite Head moving, then this Nexus Secure substation flank becomes open for a extremely lengthy amount of time here. And with that in mind, they just need to hurry up, close this off, get this dealt with so they can move their pop more freely without being on the defensive the whole time here. Right now, Gobs has the initiative. They've got the pop advantage. That said, though, 2 max suits down here from Gobs, so that's a considerable amount of resources out of the way here, and we have a steel rain overhead. A steel rain on what appears to be Argent Pass? Yeah, Argent Pass.
Right. And this is the advantage of that first strike mentality there. Getting that upper hand, that 5-4, putting Recursion on the back foot. Gobs can technically just sit here for 35 minutes. But
here comes the Argent Pass push, and there's a max suit on board here from Gobs, and we all know how powerful those NC max suits are in this situation. I'm actually noticing something quite peculiar, Brad. A lot of armor. I'm seeing what appears to be 2 Vanguards. It's just Delta in here with a Vanguard, and you expect to see it. It's, Delta running a Vanguard right now.
You can't pull Delta out of a Vanguard. That's just... This is Delta's Vanguard team. They are incredible at their tanking plays, so there's no point in not using them. But yes, what will they do?
Looking at this too, like this is, and I'm loving the uniformity here, all running the same camouflage on this tank here. I gotta tell you, points for style here. It looks very nice.
Oh, excellently, points for style. What they have done, what Gobs has done, is they popped down a deployed bus behind A point at Argent Pass. There is such an easy spawn for these guys, and they have, they had a sniper up at the very top, just picking away at OO people making their way out. See, they're trickling out little by little, but
so I've just noticed as well, it looks like Recursion had a bus here at Argent Pass, and it's been since sniped. A lot of infantry now coming out of the main deploy menu, main deploying room here. On the meantime, we've got Arazak Satcom being capped. Granite Head has been sort of the cap there has started, but it's sort of running in limbo at the moment.
And for any of you aspiring Alpha Wars commanders, you look at the map, this is exactly what you need to do. Every lane that can be contested is currently being contested right now in some capacity. There are timers flicking on every base a timer can flick on, and that is how you optimize Outfit Wars. You have to keep that pressure going, otherwise your opponent is just going to mash you into a corner. And Gobs holding on to Argent Pass. Now they've lost their forward at Nexus Secure. Maybe they'll send someone over to start that flipping. But Arizek, see, that's for them right now, and now they have to have Recursion force a choice. Where do you do? Do you try kill this Argent Pass hold? Do you try save Arizek? There's a full squatted Arizek actually, but Recursion said no, thank you. We're going to Granite Head. We're bringing 2 squads there.
So Recursion currently trying to make a play back onto Argent Pass. They're applying pressure. A flick here, representing Gobs here. And would you look at that? Not running a anchor, believe it or not. Running the Gossor right now. It's
Holy
a bit heresy,
shit.
but Recursion making a pincer play here. One max suit and a couple of Gobs guys left on the point here. They're fighting tooth and nail here. They've managed to get a clutch res grenade off here at just the right time here, and they've managed to get resecures on the point. Recursion battling with revive grenades here to try and get some momentum back on the point here, but Gobs just with the correct rotation at the right time here, flexing back on the point and getting a rehold in. That was well played by Gobs. Well done. I gotta say, this hitching is terrible today as well.
Yeah, it's kind of obnoxious. Yeah,
this is
and look at that. Gobs takes Arizek. There's nothing to it. That was a completely uncontested capture, and there we are. And that was sort of my thought, that Gobs has that better movement. Now, can we throw up the kills here real quick?
Recursion moving in as well, just quickly, Brad, sorry to interrupt. Recursion are quickly moving in here once again with a push from a Sundra. I've got a feeling that Recursion are relying a little bit too heavily on Sundra plays here. It really goes to show that the better mobility is on Gobs' side right now, but with Recursion sort of locking themselves down to an exclusively Sundra-based logistics system, which is what I've been seeing a lot lately, they're limiting their angles, they're limiting the ways in which they can push these bases in.
Yep. And meanwhile, Gobs they're out on Nexus Secure Substation. They haven't overcommitted. They've just brought as many people as they need to bring there. And look at that. They've thrown like maybe a little under a squad, because that's all they need. Outfit War is about proper pop distribution. And here at Argent Pass, 30 seconds left to Gobs. It's 50-50, both outfits on the right side. But this is the time for Recursion to overpop. There are times where you just can't take those 50-50s. And does Gobs still have that Sunder rip? They don't.
No.
But Recursion is at the gates here.
And just want to point out as well, like, this is the most obnoxious Vanguard play I've seen in a while here. We've been talking about this map for the entirety of this season here, being incredibly focused on air play and no armor play. Gobs, Turpitz on Gobs, the second kill leader on the leaderboard when we were last looking at here, has a Hash Vanguard, I'm pretty sure, sitting up on the hill over. I don't even know how we got up here. It must have been
highly illegal. It must have been
with an anvil. There's no other way. No. But this is disgusting, and it goes to show just how Gobs are utilizing their best players and their best fields here. And look, I may not be a fan of hashing spawn rooms and hashing approaches to points, but I gotta hand it to them. This is working.
This is optimized PlanetSide, and Gobs up 7-2 in their favor, and they're already on Nexus Alpha and are flipping Nexus.
Wow.
Are we going to see a full push, a commanding full push? This would be incredible.
This would be unprecedented. This is really quite something for Gobs here. Gobs are making a pretty significant push onto the point here. They're contesting Nexus Alpha. My word, this is it. They are going for it. They're going for the throat. They want this done and dusted.
Yep. And we have to ask ourselves: is this a result of Gobs being straight up better in every sense, or Gobs just getting that first strike and forcing Recursion to be on the back foot? Because Recursion has not had a single attack besides Granite Head, which did not go through, or like maybe not because it's still going, and that hydroponics compound.
I gotta be honest, bro. I think it's honestly something to do with the team compositions here and how they're playing the map. In all honesty, Gobs right now, they're playing the air game. We know this. They have the dominating kill lead. Well, I say dominating. It's it's only 170 kills, which is not, you know, the furthest that we've seen here in this season so far. But there is a significant lead on vehicle kills, as you can see here. Turpitz with 14 vehicle kills there for Gobs, and the next best player in Recursion with 5. So it's clear that Gobs right now are playing a much stronger combined arms game. which yeah, this is it really does go to show that that's where the play is being made here. Now, Recursion are trying to capture Granite Head as a bit of a, you know, well, we'll buy ourselves some time with some territory, but I don't know if that's the play here. You know, they need to start getting these flanks resecured here. They need to start looking at getting a Nexus Secure Substation back and just, again, starting as many fires as they can here.
And
it's not
I
working.
wouldn't doubt whatever plan Recursion leadership has. They're very experienced. They've been doing this a lot, but they've just been a little slow and a little outshot in this comparison. While they have gone for that gamble at Granite Head, Gobs is like, okay, glad you wasted your time, and now have full redeployed into this base to knock out every attacking Recursion member who is still taking the points. They're still BC, but Gobs is pounding on the gates right now. Their air is here, their light assaults are on the roof. They are taking shots and knocking Recursion off the point, forcing them back to a 2 base. What do you do now? Like, you have to make some sort of push, but you can't overcommit somewhere. This is the awful balancing act that someone on a 7-2 deficit has to make up. Now, there's still 27 minutes left in the match, but
I gotta say,
dire.
Oh, I'm watching Recursion trying to get what appears to be Valkyrie drops onto Granite Head, but there's this
and you can't do that.
Those
things are called coffins for a reason. You have to drop in with those drop pilots.
But hang on, sorry, Brett, just a moment here. We just had a drop pod hit come in from Recursion here. Jesslyn TR, Emily Ragnar, sorry, trying to get some hits on there. It's not working though. They're just being abused and used by this air game here. Air hammers are really putting in the hard yards here. And once again, Recursion, have they got a Sunder here? They do have a Sunder here, but again, the Sunder is just going to get picked off by the vehicle play.
Might have worked in other scenarios, but here's the problem.
Yeah, it's not working
Gobs
here.
has an insane armor team right now. In fact, they have probably some of the best armor players on NA right now with them, playing for them, and you can't rely on the Sunders. But you put down beacons, what are you going to do? Those are going to get shot by the air, shot by the Gobs light assaults. So what new plan does Recursion draw up to push this out? Because remember, there's still time, and Recursion, they have the shots, they have the experience, they can do this, but it's looking grim.
I honestly think it's going to have to come down to just changing up your composition, putting some of your players into vehicles where you can. Now, sure, Gobs may be rocking a more experienced roster in the vehicle game, but it might just be worth throwing some numbers nonetheless into that side of the game, getting some direct air-to-air mosquitoes up on board, getting some direct prowlers deployed up there to shell the vanguards from a distance and use numbers here. I don't know how you do it, because right now Recursion are bleeding KD, and they're probably bleeding nanites as well in trying to do this with infantry. They need to start bleeding some of these Gobs nanites and resources in the force multiplier game to sort of apply pressure there to get some of that momentum back. They really do.
And sort of, this is a 200 kill lead from Gobs, which is nuts. This is the sort of kill lead you see on those one-sided stomps that were like, oh, I guess this match is over, right?
But in saying that,
this is what we're seeing here.
In saying that, if you look at the Recursion to Gobs top kill lists, Recursion look like they're winning. Recursion look like they're winning. Actually, I take that back. There's one person fragging particularly hard.
The scores seem on average a little bit equal, but a little bit less. It's not that there's a massive deficit, it's that everybody on the Gobs team is just slightly outplaying the Recursion team. And that's what you need, and that's that edge. And if we look at the map here, Nexus Secure Substation going down, Recursion still at Granite Head.
I don't know what they're doing there. What are they doing there?
I want to believe that there is a plan. There is some sort of long-term strategy. You take Granite Head and then you start the caps going at Bitter Ridge, Hydroponics, make your compound from there. Because at the end of the day, only thing you need to lose is Nexus Alpha. You have 25 minutes, establish your beachhead, push out from there. But with that being said, Gobs can now take Nexus Secure and then full send their entire team onto Nexus Alpha, and Recursion will be forced to respond.
Recursion need to cap this right fucking now. The Recursion need to get Granite Head. And it looks like they've done so. They've got a full redeploy here. Their entire force is here right now, 48 to 96. The entire platoon is present. There is that Vanguard team once again there. Hailstorm NC, SW clone there, rocking the armor, taking out that the Recursion logistics here. Recursion now need to dive capture points here, and Gobs responding in kind here. Max 2 push coming out of the spawn room here. They are contesting A point. 17 seconds left to go. Recursion need to dive C and B here. You cannot lose this at all costs. This is now an all or nothing push. But given that they've lost Nexus Secure Substation now, all Gobs need to do is start contesting Granite Head Reactor, and then you can't do anything with Bitter Gorge or any of the other points. I think this is a mute strategy.
He's flipping. Oh my god, with 0 seconds left.
Oh
Resonates are flying. Gobs is on. Resonates are through.
Let's get into the room.
Recursion jumped over the edge. I think this will be a Recursion.
Oh, it's back and forth still. They're gonna do it. Oh no, C is flipping now. Oh my god, it's not over yet.
Gobs is full on C. This is not going to Recursion with less than 1 second left. The Gambit does not go through. What a stunning save from Gobs, and what a heartbreaking loss from Recursion, because you're not getting more players back. Gobs has the air. Full drop comes in. Look at these drop pods. They're hitting the Reavers at this point, but they're so spread out they can't regroup.
Recursion need to pull out now. They need to cut their losses and need to reset. They need to get on Nexus Secure, resecure that, put a squad each at Nexus Secure Substation and at Argent Pass, and they just need to double down on a lane here, because otherwise they're not getting anywhere. They are not getting anywhere. This is brutal. Absolutely brutal. More fucking hitching. Devs, please. RPG, please. This is brutal.
Exactly what we mean about Gobs being just a little bit better across the whole infantry board there. That just a little bit better translated to that 0.0 whatever second capture failure from Recursion.
Jesus,
if
that was close.
Just a little bit even, a little bit more, then I think Recursion could have had it. Now, was the hitch at fault there? We can't say. That is something for only the gods to know, and they're just guessing.
All right, moving on over. Argent Pass under contention here, and Recursion are playing hard for it. Drop pods coming in. Once again, I'm seeing 0. No, there is another Sunderer up from Recursion. When will they learn? And just on cue, Turpitz in his Vanguard up on the hill once again. The spawn beacon from before. That is disgusting. And once again, ladies and gentlemen, we are just seeing Recursion relying heavily on their point game hold here. But again, when you have this much force multiplier present, what do you do? And look at this. Recursion with three Sky Guards coming in to try and just muscle this air out of contention here.
They're driving a bus up. And now I'm seeing some Gobs players coming from the back. That must mean they have some sort of spawn going on here.
But, Brett, if I may, Brett, on the bus front, once again, I've just, like, Recursion planted a bus, and that takes time, okay? Buses take time to get to. Even when you anvil them in, it demands that an infantry player stands off the point and monitors until this anvil comes in, sets the anvil up, and goes from there. Gobs saw where that bus was immediately, and they immediately rotated people to take it out. And once again, Recursion are sitting here with 0 logistics, and Gobs have rotated in kind and are now starting. They're going to put out this fire, and they've already started the fire at Nexus Alpha, meaning that they cannot, like, Recursion can't put people on Nexus Secure. They're just not setting out the fires properly.
You know what fires? Back and roaring, Granite Head Reactor. Full throw Recursion there.
God.
They're back in, and I think that is what they're trying to do. They're trying to open up these lanes. They're trying to go for that push in. They're trying to prevent themselves from being locked into Nexus Alpha and having to push these two just frustrating bases on the side, Argent Pass and Nexus Secure. So if they take Granite Head Reactor, their options of capture double, and that means you can push a lot more angles and hopefully put Gobs on the back foot as you force them to have to defend their bases one by one. But with that being said, there's 20 minutes left in this match, and the bases are now 50-50 with Gobs was on A point, flipping back in favor of Recursion.
Gobs have got the full rotation in. They're going for B, and there is at least a squad and a half on there, and it's undefended. Recursion aren't here. They've rotated to A point and have kept C point active, so now they need to really just lock down. Forget flexing to these points or move all your forces here as Gobs rotate off the B point to react in kind here. And
there's a lot of dead Recursion players littering around A point. They're all about shots firing out here and there, but you have a minute. Gobs has the hard spawn and the aircraft, and you have a very hard point to defend right now. Goss off fire coming in right now. Call Me Pain, 2 other people popping down, and they are getting wiped off point. Gobs the full hold on A point. Recursion push back to C.
Once again, big air hammer plays in here right now. We've got even a Slatter Me Daddy chilling there in a just a repair galaxy. They're just doing their absolute best to keep those Reavers up, and it's going to show here. Once again, Recursion losing the dominating point hold here. Laserbot resecuring B all by himself here from what I can see. But again, where's the Recursion logistics? They've got no spawns here, and it's showing. They're losing that momentum straight away.
You're all over Granite Head Reactor, though. This is the fight of a century, though. Can you pull yourself out of C and B? Do you want to push yourself out of C and B? Well, the answer's not really at this point. Granite Head is a very tough base to take, especially when you're attacking, and the defenders know exactly what they're doing, which is the case. Now there is because the Gobs Lightning just driving around doing its best, and this is a full resecure. Besides A point, there is 2, 3, maybe a squad downstairs, but that's getting wiped right off. They're gone. Recursion, another unfortunate failure to take Granite Head Reactor, and now they've pressured nowhere. Nexus Alpha with 15 seconds left on the resecure for Recursion could push in any other direction. If we look in here at A, at Nexus Alpha, is anybody guarding this? Yes, one person is. The vehicle terminal's been hacked, but now we need to watch. Will Gobs drop onto Alpha? Will they just go for the throat and get this over with? Because while these captures do seem silly, if Gobs lets Granite Head go, that could be a problem.
Yeah, they need to start thinking. And look, Recursion are doing a good job at keeping Gobs on their toes here, noting the craziness of the game here. But Recursion needs to start thinking about this, and they really need to get something down pat fast. Because here's the thing: you've got 16 minutes left on the match here. This is a solid distance now, and I'm quite shocked here as well, Brad, to just noting the tiebreaker points here. 144 to Recursion and 340 to Gobs. That's going to play a very big part in the seeding of matches for the next rotation of
Do you want to hear a conspiracy theory?
Go on.
Recursion intentionally throws the match so they don't have to fight hard opponents.
Bread throwing some spice.
That's the conspiracy theory. I'm ready to see chat go at each other's throats.
Yeah, I'm ready to see that too. Chat, we're throwing some next level spice out here.
Accusation.
Baseless accusation.
Absolutely baseless.
Throwing some spice out there for Outfit Wars drama. Clearly, Brett has not seen enough of it yet, and he wants more. Like the greedy sod that he is. He's been bored. Yeah. Bread based bread comments in chat. We love to see it. Lost in time. TR finding the tree there once again. Brett, if we just have a look at the top kills, or sorry, the top weapons for this match here, I'd be very interested to see whether or not where the disparity of vehicle weapons here is present for this game. If you could bring that up, that'd be great.
Let's take a look here. Anchor, Gossall, Airhammer, number 3.
Yep, Airhammer number 3, we called it. And would you look at that? Every single weapon on the TR front, or on the Recursion front, sorry, is an infantry weapon. And this paints a consistent narrative of what we've seen all season, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, infantry play is very important, and it continues to be. But if you do not take advantage of the vehicular side of Planet Side in this sense, you're going to lose. It's just the way it goes. Now, Granite Head has been neutralized from what I can see. That fight is no longer under contention, which means that now Recursion need to focus on these 1 of 2 lanes here. So Recursion are going to get a full resecure on Nexus Alpha. Their play now is to keep Argent Pass and Nexus Secure Substation just constantly ticking to at least hopefully eventually maybe get the ball rolling in their favor again here. But Gobs with the pull of the century here and a full rotate are just going to steal this point back off them with 2 minutes left to go now. That was pretty savage.
unfortunate. And we found ourselves in matches like this before where we sit and go, oh, well, what can they do? And we look at the math and like, okay, technically they can pull back, but they have to win every single fight and be perfect on this. Now, Recursion played the game properly in the sense of troop movement when the match started. But after that, I'm sure they had some sort of, because the higher ups Recursion, they're not stupid. They know what they're doing. They had some sort of plan that didn't work out, which is unfortunate because I'm willing to believe a lot of the strategy relied on that plan, especially when there was only 0 seconds left on the capture clock before it failed to go through. Now, man,
Turpitz is still chilling here in his Vanguard as well, just completely.
He just, no.
Oh, there we go, Laserbot, the MVP coming in to take him out, but Turpitz is still hanging out up here. He's probably, I'm expecting an anvil. Hang on a sec, I'm just watching for this anvil to come out of the sky now in due time. It is the thing though, like, so obviously we know that Gobs and Recursion have had easy, like relatively easy matches for their skill level up until now, right? It's been all about just, let's be real, they've been pub stomping up until this point here, okay? There's no other way to say it. Recursion and Gobs, they're at the peak of their powers, they're the peak of this game here when it comes to infantry skill, so clearly they haven't had a challenge to face. So therefore, they haven't had the opportunity to try and test their strategies yet and their long-term game plans yet. I think
we have to remember that
Gobs,
they're competitive. They play infantry open. They play in like the 66 stuff. They are still active on the Jaeger scene, while Recursion is, I won't say more casual these days because that paints the wrong picture, but they're not in those circles as often.
It's funny you mention that though, Brett, if I may, because, and this is the point I'm raising here, like, we know that Nexus plays very much like the live server in the sense that, you know, you have to make use of force multipliers. This is not an infantry 6v6 playlist here. Like, you cannot ignore the vehicle game here. So by that virtue, it sort of paints the picture that maybe Recursion should have the advantage here due to their more live play experience. But Gobs also have that live play experience as well. And what I'm thinking here is that at the end of the day, Gobs' strategy, while it hasn't been tested like Recursion's has been, Gobs' strategy is just more resilient. It takes advantage of more aspects of the game. As we saw, they had that dominating air push at the start. They've had air control all game here, and it shows. And it gives them more flexibility of mobility.
This is why I put my money on Gobs to start. And while Recursion is that sort of old guard of play, and Gobs have a lot more experience with new sort of thing. Who are the Recursion pilots? Who are the Recursion armor? Well, they're not really here as much. I know last season they ended up, I mean, pretty much every outfit has contracted out their pilots. Me saying that they did so last season doesn't ring much, but what can you do at this rate? Like, and 100%. I think it's also that Jaeger play, while it doesn't translate directly to live play, if we look at the kills here again, they are still very much just in favor of Gobs overall. It just, the average frags work, and that is like a 300, almost a 300 kill lead. That is the sort of decimation kill lead we see in other matches that these teams have won.
If I may point out as well, despite that kill lead, Recursion are almost neck and neck with Gobs on the revive front. So it goes to show to me that Gobs are just more efficient with the infantry play too. It's not even the frags on their own. It's just that they're being more efficient with their plays and more efficient with their squad comps. It really goes to show that.
Gobs just walks straight on into point while Recursion continues to hold long stairs. Max goes up, Desi goes up. There is 6 or so Recursion guys holding the stairs, but they are flanked from every angle and are out for the count. That is not a take, which means that Gobs can just throw themselves on Nexus Alpha, pressure it a bit more, and buy themselves additional time.
In fact, I think that's pretty much done dusted. I mean, yeah, sure, Nexus Secure Substation can still be capped, but we've only got 10 minutes left in the match here. So if you capture Nexus Secure Substation right now, and then you go for, like, say, all of your 3 neutral bases, sure, you can potentially get there in time now, but you're down to the wire, and Gobs just now need to play the defensive game. They don't even go for Nexus Alpha. I'll be real, Brett, I'm kind of amazed at this game. We were anticipating one of the most balanced and one of the most down-to-the-wire games that we've seen all season here, and it is going to go to the clock, I think. I don't think we're going to see a dominating victory here, but
you know what was a tighter game? Hell's Angels versus Arax's Iron Guard. Some of the 2 lowest seeded outfits on Connery right now. had a closer game than these two, and that just speaks to the volumes of what Gobs is doing here.
Mid in KN1 as well. Same scenario, same story.
We are going to see these two outfits fight again. They basically walked into each other's rings unopposed, and Gobs has just thrown them in the dumpster. But we're gonna see this again. Recursion is gonna be carrying this grudge probably to the finals. What will they do to fix their back foot here? Will it be trying to get that better opening? Will it be trying to bring more air? Will it be trying to counter that oppressive armor? How is it going to work?
And here's the thing, right? Okay, so obviously Recursion, they've had rough outfit wars in the past. Okay, we remember that fateful match all those years ago where Pigs and R18 double teamed Recursion quite blatantly, and that was an unfair loss. That was a blatant unfair loss against Recursion. This is a 1v1 scenario where you got two highly skilled teams just pitting it out against each other. Recursion aren't going to take this victory, you know, badly. They're going to take this and they're going to try to improve. They're going to, as Bread says, they're going to hold a grudge on this. They're going to say, right, that we got slammed. We want to come back and show what we're made of, and we want to be back on top.
Outfit to sit there and complain and whine and yell at the devs. No. They are most likely going to just pull back and go, okay, what happened? How are we going to fix our mistakes here? And while we are talking about as if this game is already over, even with 8 minutes left on the clock, this game is it is over. At this point.
Is over. Yeah, this is done.
They can do. But,
so yeah, wow. It goes to show that Recursion, they're going to come back here swinging. This is not, you know, this isn't the end of this isn't the end of Recursion's story, ladies and gentlemen. They're going to come back. They're going to do their best to, you know, represent where they require to again. And you know, I think they have every opportunity to, you know, learn from this. And I think there's a lot to learn. I think the over-reliance on Sunder has definitely cost them a lot here. Their lack of air game, their lack of ability to maintain mobile in the air, definitely hurt quite a bit. But without question, Gobs putting on a hell of a show today.
What this match has done is made the outfits on Connery look at this and go, huh, so you're saying we have a chance? Because
so you're saying we can beat them. Exactly.
There are 3 very solid outfits on Connery right now in Sammy, FIFA, and Fate. Now, they did have some problems earlier when playing Recursion. I believe Recursion just wiped the floor with one of those teams. But FIFA, who is arguably the second seed, depending on who you ask, are looking at this match and going, oh, will Viking be able to take it? Will Sammy be able to take it? Who knows?
I agree. And this is, and I've been watching FIFA all season. They've been playing extremely well, and I think we've got a FIFA Recursion match coming up this weekend. So FIFA have got to be careful here because, well, this is Recursion's practice match for that round as well. So I'm curious to see in tomorrow's cast when we do look at FIFA versus Recursion. I think that's tomorrow. It might be today, actually. I'll have to double check the scheduling.
It might be. Oh God, I do not know.
No, me neither.
Yeah.
But either way, the point being, ladies and gentlemen, Recursion have time to learn. I'm going to be very curious to see if the Recursion tactics and the Recursion playstyle changes to reflect the outcome of this game here. Because,
a very nice air duel here, unfortunately interrupted by a very, very irresponsible Skyguard here. Looks like the Bushido's gone. Unfortunate. Uwu, great tank, kind of ruining it all for everybody.
And there's great, and like let's be 100% clear here, ladies and gentlemen. There's great talent on Recursion's side here. Clubbins, one of the best, if not, I'd come close to say one of the best, if not the best infantry player in the game. You know, Laxus, Serial Bok, it's Cannon. I've spotted Zyros. I've spotted Baddie on this team. These are players at the peak of their infantry power here. Some of the best players in the Recursion side of things. All of these guys are top tier fraggers on live. Yeah, very interested to see how this goes.
You say that, and they've been beaten out.
They have been. This is true. Well, again, Brett, I've got a feeling it's not like, and yes, the kill board does tell different stories here, but I've got a feeling that it might very well be. I think the issue here is more at an overarching tactical level here. I think this is very much down to the fact that just Recursion didn't have the correct force multiplier application. I really do.
We were saying this might run down to the clock, but there is a minute and a half left at Nexus
Holy
Alpha.
shit, hold up.
With Gobs on a hard hold in here, dropping in. Recursion is doing their best, but your morale must be so low and your energy so tapped out at this point.
Yeah, you'd be feeling it at this point.
At this point, now let's look. What is the Gobs holes like? They are on their proper doors. They're holding the right angles. They are reinforcing now. What is happening with Recursion?
Great.
Now it's 50 pop-wise, but ooh.
Some great rotation as well from Recursion as well. Sorry, Gobs on these point holds. They've got the right use of force multipliers as well. This could, yeah, wow. This might be, with 49 seconds left, just the icing on the cake here. And I gotta be real, that is a brutal, brutal defeat if this goes through.
Yeah, that is getting capped, warp gated. Ooh, definitely not fun. And with 30 seconds left, Recursion has to take this. This is the sort of the follow-up. But the
can
thing
I
is,
just say, would anyone have ever predicted that Recursion would have been warp gated in an Outfitters Wars match? Can we just say that for a second?
oh, we were all. If we look at the poll here, let me stop hitching. 34. Okay, it was 50-50 when I first.
I think people have changed their votes over the course of this.
But before the match started, it was a 50-50, straight up, no problem there.
Oh, shit.
But at the end of the day,
can Recursion get on there in time? Oh, the point is neutralizing.
1 second, a little. How do you do?
They've
Resonades
done it. Well
are
done.
flying. Oh, okay. There's the save.
And would you look at that? Nexus Secure Substation went through, so Granite Reactor and Arazak open up in the last minute here.
150. I mean, it's technically doable if they just throw themselves into Granite Head.
They do, but if they leave this base, it's still game over.
Go win, boys.
It's not over.
I mean, okay. Here's how Recursion can still.
Fucking Brad's standing there looking crazy-eyed with the whiteboard in front of him. He's ready to go.
They split their platoon in half. No air, no armor. 2 squads at Granite Head, 2 squads at Arazak, and hope that Gobs has brain damage. It doesn't come to Nexus Alpha to come They have 12 seconds to make this plan go off here. Good luck,
Jesus. Nah, it is GG's here. That's going to be enough time to wrap up the game here. Wow, what a game. What a game. And I got to tell you, had someone had told me that in this Outfit Wars season, Recursion would be knocking on the door of a dominating defeat, I would have laughed in your face. I really would have. This has been.
At least they didn't get warp gated.
No, they did not. Here's the thing, right? They returned the favor on Gobs. They said, you stole Granite Head from us at the 0-second point, so we're just going to do the same for you on your dominating victory. It was a big old fuck you.
Back and forth there. I'm just... Man, what? I did not...
No,
I thought Gobs would win, but...
I see, Brett, I went through the time stone, right? And I looked through at all the 14 million possibilities the way this game could have gone, and... Nah, this one weren't on the list, Chief. We've diverted from the fucking timeline here.
This is some banana stuff we're seeing right now. It will certainly be the talk of the town. Hopefully my conspiracy theories will come true that Recursion did indeed throw this match in order to get easy fights later on. Totally, trust me, I am a caster, and therefore you should listen to everything I say without problem. I lead an outfit, I know what I'm doing.
And Hail Satan in chat there, fitting name, saying that the key takeaway from this match is that the Dark Star really needs a nerf. And I tell you what,
that is true. I landed at several fights and did kill them with the Dark Star. This is a fact.
Oh, there you go, Brett. You see, there you go, mate.
I'm going to pull up your weapon kills right now, and you'll see me. I'm at the top of the board.
Top of the board with the Dark Star. Araxium the Dark Star, 1 match, L+ ratio.
All of those 1,797 kills for Gobs, that was 1,100 of them were mine.
Yeah, got it. All right, Brad, I think this is over. I think it's well worth our time to go check out the other match that we're casting today, that being the BWAE versus Recon Team 6 game.
Man alive, look at that. What a match. And it is over. Goblin Jumpers, victorious. Who could have seen that one coming?
What a run. That was, wow. What a game. Chat.
What?
Let's see some hype in chat down there, guys. Just a quick look over at the stats at the end of the game here. Recursion with 1800, Gobs, sorry, with 1810 kills. Recursion with 1446. So pretty good effort from both sides there, has to be said. Let's take a look at the stats here. I'm just going to quickly try and get these stats up and running.
Well, can we get those up? Chat, can you throw out your best conspiracy theories, please?
Yeah, best conspiracy theories of this game, please, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see it.
We need to see some terrible stuff.
As always, guys, if you're enjoying the stream here, you know what to do. Hit that like button. It does go a long way in getting the stream out there to new folks. And in addition to that, if you are really enjoying the content, then consider hitting that join button down below, guys. Also goes a long way in supporting the channel and what we can do here today. Let's see if I can get the right overlay for us, ladies and gentlemen. It is a bit cooked here.
Miku wins versus NLX. Good job, Miku.
Well done, Miku. Good stuff.
God bless. Who are they playing? Oh my god. Oh no! Oh no! There's a chance they play Recursion next week.
Oh, not again.
Didn't they just come off of they just came out of a Gobs match like last week?
Yeah.
No!
Yeah.
Oh, that would be
Miku.
terrible if Miku has to play Recursion.
Alright, Brett, I'm just sending you the control code for this match that we're about to jump into here, brother.
How dare you violate my personal space like this?
Yeah, that's how I do, brother.
Ah!
I've been doing it for years. I've been doing it for years as an outfit member.
I'm gonna send you a gif of a scared person. Hold on.
Yep, fair enough.
There it is.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we just... Yeah.
The match, right, the match.
The match,
what's
yeah.
going on here?
So, here we go. BWAE versus... And I've got the bloody the tags the wrong way around. You love to see it, chat. Please do bear with me.
Fucking goober. Anyways, happening here, BWAE with the double cap, one on Hydro, one at Arizek, uncontested by Recon Team 6. Recon Team 6 trying to take Slate Cannon, which was taken by Bushido away, but I think this is just going to be a full BWAE. BWAE takes Arizek. They're going to roll into Hydroponics Compound. Let's look at the weapon. Let's look at the kills for this match right here. And it is far in the favor of BWAE. I don't think there is any chance in this one. This is going to be a BWAE wipe through. Once they take Arizek, move into Hydro, and just do for the cap. Now, Gobs did put a bit more, we're going to put more fight. I think we're going to see a lot more jokes about this time around, because you all remember the 117 memes from the first Upper Wars season?
Yeah,
the amount of good lord, going to see some good stuff
BWAE with a
here.
Strong air presence here as well.
We got asked if we were doing interviews for the Gobs Recursion match.
We should probably do that, shouldn't we?
Yeah, we should, because this isn't going anywhere.
Yeah, let's do it. All right, we're gonna do that, guys. If I could please grab representatives from each game, from each team. Sorry, where were those questions asked, Brett? If you don't mind me asking.
It was a PM.
Okay, yeah, let's get that done. Let's go ahead and do that. Out of curiosity, how many? I'm seeing people talking about, like, apparently, like, people claiming that the warp gate choice differs a little bit, which is not true in the slightest.
Well, I'm gonna follow up on that conspiracy theory by saying I've seen a lot. Oh no, never mind. I was gonna say I've seen a lot more north winds than south winds. Just like my conspiracy theory that north was the gate in the season 3, but you know.
Keeping in mind these matches, the gates, the bases are completely and totally mirrored.
Okay, Hick DMC will be the rep for Gobs.
Excellent. Yep, and we need someone from Recursion.
Let's hop in the waiting room.
I'm gonna do an at everyone.
Ooh, here we go. I'm gonna fly around in my camera and watch BWAE do their thing.
There we go, guys. We're just bringing in, while this BWAE match goes ahead with versus Recon Team 6, we're just currently getting access, or trying to get a Recursion representative. Please jump in.
He's got... Oh yeah,
there's Hick.
Yeah, it's Hick. Don't know if we'll see a Recursion member or not, but he is in there.
No. Oh dear, let's see if we can bring in...
Yeah, Recursion doesn't like interviews very much, but they'll do them every once in a while.
Yeah.
I'm just seeing a casual heavy anvil hanging out up here.
Love to see it.
A great time.
Hick, how's it going, mate?
Go.
Mate, what a game. What a game.
Yeah, that was stressful, I won't lie.
So, mate, would you like to quickly just introduce yourself for everyone who's currently watching from a distance or, watching on the stream here today?
Yeah, I'm a Gobs member. Today I was leading Bravo squad, which was one of the infantry-focused squads. So, I don't know how much more introduction.
No, that's perfectly fine, my friend. Perfectly fine. So, mate, what was your read on that game just there?
So coming into it, obviously, like recursion is definitely something you don't underestimate.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of went with a heavy air opener, as you probably saw, and then from there we were able to capture the 2 main bases, and then it just kind of it was hard. Like we had to contest Granite Head for so long. They did so good with contesting that, but like we really didn't have anything planned out except for the first couple of minutes because you really can't.
That is exactly fair. A question from me. How on the ground were you finding the infantry fights? Did you find them usually kind of even between both sides, or did you feel that you were usually on the winning end on most of these infantry fights, or was there very even the whole way through?
I guess obviously everyone who's done a match knows the hitching during infantry fights is a pain.
Yep.
That was
As
especially in
people have
that
probably
0
said.
seconds. Ugh.
That was an obnoxious amount of hitching too. Like I think that's the most I think that's the worst we've seen it personally. But I've not been playing on the ground, so I could be wrong about that. But I think that was pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, besides for the hitching, I know my squad did really great. We won a lot of our even pop fights, and we just did really like a good job of wearing down their utility, and then we were able to push in. So I think that while we were on the winning end a lot of times, I wouldn't say it was easy.
Yeah,
definitely took like a lot of yelling for stuff and a lot of energy pouring into the fight.
Do you think that you're because we were really taking note of your guys' use of air more often than not, as well as sort of identifying where Recursion were placing their sunders, because they did have a very heavy reliance on sunders. Do you think that had a massive impact on your victory today?
Of course, I mean, even if you don't know anything, I guess, about Recursion or how they've been playing, if you look back at their past matches, you'll see that they haven't been committing to air a lot. But they've been doing a really good job with the anti-air from the ground with strikers, sky guards, all of that type of stuff. Yep. And we were able to utilize that air to kill a lot of their spawns, which really helped us a lot in a lot of these fights. But there were a couple of times, especially like Nexus Secure Storage, I think, it was so hard to kill all of their buses. So big props to them, because while the air was doing a terrific job on our end, they couldn't honestly keep up with the amount of buses that we were having to deal with.
Yeah, interesting. Okay, no, that's interesting to know from someone who was on the ground there. Okay, interesting. Brad, any more questions from you as well?
Oh, I'm recovering over that. Did you guys expect, or like what was the reaction once you guys had sort of realized you were up 8-1? What was the reaction from command? What was the reaction from the squads? How did did anything change?
For the most part, I would say no. Like I kind of said good game to my squad maybe about the 7-minute mark. Because technically it is possible to like get back those 3 bases in like 2 minutes. But I mean, we definitely started joking around more at the end there and not taking it so seriously. But would have liked to get the warp gate. Unfortunately, we just didn't play well enough there.
Yeah, 1 second left. And what do you think was Recursion's plan with attempting to take Granite Head Reactor?
Really, that was their only play. Because we had gotten the other outside bases, which as long as they have Granite Head, they're able to, obviously flip multiple bases behind and cut us off.
Yeah.
So I think them committing for that so often was definitely the play. Unfortunately, since it is a longer cap and they were the ones who were attacking, we were just able to wipe them every time just because of easier spawns.
Especially that 0 second retake. The comms must have been wild during that moment.
Yeah.
Was most of your guys like impacted by that hitch? Because there was a very heavy hitch during that moment.
No, we definitely did not lose because of the hitch. We just lost because some of our players were out of position.
Gotcha.
I gotta say, just as well, the armor play, is this something you guys have been working on throughout the entirety of the season? Because I think the armor play in this particular matchup was some of the best I think we've seen all season, without question. It was a, like, you know, Turpitz up on the hill of Argent Pass with his Hesh guard just harassing infantry down below. That was the most obnoxious style of use of force I've seen in this season. Yeah, do you think that is that something you guys have been working on throughout the entirety of this season?
A lot of that is just our armor squad. They're all very good armor players, both like in formats like this. They've done lane smash, community smash, all these different types of events. So they're very familiar with formats. And you could definitely see that with how they were playing. They were always in the most annoying spots that you couldn't deal with unless you committed a lot of nanite usage, like Valks or air to ground or something like that to take care of it.
Well, it was a pretty brutal watch, and it was very, very interesting to see how both of these Goliaths of this community sort of went against each other. So thanks for providing a very entertaining match there, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for your casting.
No, anytime, man. Brad, have you got anything further?
No, that's about it. Just a wild match.
Yeah. And one I don't think any of us expected to happen. I'll be real. I don't think anyone in the community really saw that coming. And when I say that, I don't mean the victory. I just mean how dominating the victory kind of was.
Now, with that being said, once again, Gobs, you guys had to work for it every step of the way, but just an overpowering match. And I'm just like, what do I say after that? Like, perfect movement on every end, but with that forward momentum, well, yeah, what can you do?
Yeah, good stuff from the team. So shout out to everyone there.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Well, Brett, if you got anything, I've got nothing further as well.
Nope, that's it from me.
Very good.
Right.
Well, GG's all. I think we'll wrap it up there. But thanks again for providing an awesome match, guys.
Yeah, thanks. I'll catch you later.
Take care, man. Well, that was something.
That was wild.
That was something. I think a lot to learn from both sides there, and yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Recursion got beat. I'm glad I didn't put money on that game.
No, and I think we could have seen something very, very different if that 0.0 second went through. It was so close to being a complete overhaul or having the potential to completely just redo this whole match, but they couldn't do it. And that was just that tiny little edge that Goblins had. And we saw that throughout the whole way through, that Recursion was outplayed on every level, not by an insane amount, but just enough across the board.
It's pretty brutal stuff. And Diamond Wing has brought up a very solid point here in chat. Does this mean because Gobs is better than OO and Pigs is better than Gobs, that Pigs is the best outfit?
Pigs is the best outfit. They've just been going easy on us this whole way through.
I'm waiting for them to be gold again in a 1v1
Pigs
format.
#1!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you all for being here for this cast. I want to thank you all for supporting the stream as always. As always, please leave us some feedback in the leave us some feedback in the comment section of this stream, which will be public as soon as the stream ends, or leave us some feedback to improve our cast as time goes on. We are looking to get the best possible cast for you guys by the end of the season. So do let us know your thoughts and do let us know where we think we can improve as time goes on. But it's been an absolute pleasure, everyone. Thank you all for stopping by. Bread, thank you again for jumping in and for, being my co-caster for this afternoon.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah?
Hell yeah.
Thank you.
We'll be doing some Connery casts a bit later on today, guys. I don't know if I'll be able to make next week's casts, but yeah, this week we'll be doing a couple more casts for you guys, and then we'll go from there. But yeah, much love, everyone. Thanks again to Bread, and we will see you guys in about an hour and a bit, an hour and a half. See you guys then.
Bye.
Bye all. Have a good one. Peace.
Ooh, what a match. Hoo-wee. Wow. Holy moly. Oh,